Shalom Yisrael, your brother Shema with Ancient Watchman, here to give you the last report of the end of the day after me walking around the city and seeing a lot of destruction of our own communities. And I seen a post saying that it reminds us of the invasion of 1492, when a lot of the Spaniards, the invaders, and Africans came on this side of the world to destroy, to commit genocide, rape, murder our people back in the 1400s. So it's basically what we see, because the communities that got burned up and all the businesses that got burned up is the businesses where a lot of our people are at. The area of Lake Street and Hiawatha, all that area is basically settled by a lot of Native Americans and a lot of Hispanics, so-called Hispanic. So having said that, I personally believe that so-called African Americans destroying the community is detrimental to their own cause. It's counterproductive also, because you see a lot of African Americans living amongst us as well, amongst our people, just like they did back in the days during the 1800s, when a lot of them was running away from the white men, and so they took refuge amongst us, and we welcomed them in. We adopted them as being part of our communities, and this is why you have a lot of brothers saying they're the Native Americans and so on and so forth, when they're not. You know, they got adopted into our tribe. So I'm saying that this whole destruction of our communities is detrimental, it's counterproductive, it doesn't solve anything. So brothers gotta come together, and learn healthy ways to deal with the injustice. Yeah, and me saying that is not diminishing what happened to Floyd, because my condolences to the family and people that lost their lives, including a lot of Native Americans that have lost their lives. And this is our argument, because we see the injustices being done against our people, but nobody's highlighting the struggle, the killings of Native Americans being shot in the streets, of a lot of Native American women gone missing and exploited in sexual rings and all this other stuff going on, even as we speak. But how come the media focuses on one section of the injustice but not the other one? Because it's an imbalance within the system, and obviously we know that the system is broken, because the system was established in bloodshed and genocide by our enemies and whatever they like. But so anyways, those are my personal thoughts. So having said all of that, enjoy the tour of the destruction that went down when a lot of these protesters took the streets to take the justice in their own hands, because as we all know, the justice system of this place called America, aka Babylon the Great, is broken, because it began with the broken system of injustice and genocide against Native Americans and stuff back in the day, when our lands, Mesoamerica, got invaded beginning of the 1400s all the way until now. So check this out. Shalom. Shalom Yisrael. So I'm over here close by the where the place got burned out during the protest and stuff. So we got these businesses over here of so-called Mexicans, natives. So you can tell, you see that? It says minority owned. Obviously the reason why they did this is so that the looters and the protesters would not go in and destroy the businesses of our people, right? Which is a really smart move. So we got our indigenous people right over here, obviously worshiping Xochitl, which they call the Virgin Mary in Guadalupe. We're gonna do a breakdown on her too. But yeah, so I'm at ground zero, just giving you a report of what's going on. I grew up around this city, man. I grew up around this neighborhood for 12 years. So pretty much all the businesses are closed. A lot of people are walking down the streets. It's my first day here, so I'm gonna keep walking down as we go into the ground zero of the Target burned down, and when everything went down that night, when the riots or protesters went down heavily. So we can tell all the businesses are closed just to keep them safe from the protesters, so that they will not destroy the businesses of our people. So again, the reason why I'm here is because I came to visit my mom during this quarantine, visit my family, see how they're doing and whatever they like. And next thing I know, my mom sends me a text like, hey, be careful, there's protesters here and there, everywhere, destroying, burning everything down, and so on and so forth. So obviously, I wanted to do a little report on what's going on and what I see. So I'm gonna keep on walking down, and I'll be back with y'all. Shalom. Shalom, Yashra, it's your boy Shamar with Ancient Watchman. Walking down the streets where the protesters went down heavily. Oh, look at that. That's actually my hand. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah. As you can tell, all the businesses are closed up, sealed up. Basically everywhere. You see all that got burned over there. Yeah, sure. So I'm at ground zero where everything went down. I'm at City Trends. This is a little mall, and this is where basically all the protesters were looting all the businesses of the community, And this is basically where so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans come and shop. See this? It all got burned down and stuff, and it's basically what I'm saying, detrimental to the community, because what is the point of all this, right? All got burned down for what? It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't bring nobody's lives back, so it's counterproductive of the protesters burning our own communities down, just because there's no other solutions, real solutions for that matter. So we can tell all the garbage when it's outside. Basically all these strip mall got burned down. It already got cleaned up, but so we can tell a lot of product got lost, and entire communities is being affected by these. At the end of the day, so-called blacks live in these communities as well, just like Native Americans and so-called Latinos. So, Shalom Yashral, your boy Shamar with Ancient Watchman again. So yeah, things got real that night, I guess. A lot of things got burned down. Obviously, all because there's basically no justice being done by the current establishment. Shalom Yashral, reporting back to you, brothers, of the destruction of our communities. So we can tell this doesn't solve anything. It's obviously counterproductive of what we see. Yo, still feels hot though. I guess, I don't know, I think this is what's a Wendy's maybe? McDonald's? Something. Yo, this is an auto zone. It got burned up to the ground, bro. Damn. Still feels a little hot and warm in there. Shit. Hello, I'm Yashral, with Ancient Watchman, reporting back at you brothers at ground zero of the burned out places here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, man. You got a lot of so-called white folks supporting the cause. This is mom, dad, sisters, brothers. So we got a lot of brothers, a lot of people supporting the cause and whatever they like. But as we can tell, everything got burned up. We can see that. You see that? It's still burning. You brothers can still see the smoke. See that? This whole building got burned up. This is like a war zone, bro. But obviously this is when people take justice in their own hands. But yeah, man, still smoke coming up. As you can tell, you see. Damn. Look at that building, man. Yo, look at that. Look at that, Shalom Yashral. We can see the building still being burned. You can see the smoke. Anyways, Yashral. It's your brother Shamar with Ancient Watchmen, reporting back at you live at ground zero in Minneapolis, Minnesota. As we can tell, the building is still burning. It's still hot and warm in here, but this is the destruction. This is the destruction of our communities and stuff. Shalom, shalom, Yisrael. As you all can see, it's a lot of destruction. This whole building got burned up as well. So things really got real around here. This basically shows a lot of the anger, a lot of the frustration from the community, especially the Black African American, aka Sidonians and Canaanite community, and their anger against the system. Obviously, we know that it's part of their prophecy when we read Ezekiel 28. Yo, this looks like a war zone, bro. Look at that. See, this whole building got burned up, and it's still burning, as you can see. All that smoke coming up from the rubble. See that? Yeah, son. Fuck. Yo, an entire Arby's got burned to the ground. It's already cleaned up, but there's basically nothing around here. It's crazy. Yo, this is the police station. It all got burned up, son. Shit got real that night. Look at that. The whole building got burned up. Yo, Shalom Yashral again, your brother Shamar at ground zero. We are at Hiawatha. Now, for those who don't know, Hiawatha was basically the name of a chief, an Indian chief that was able to unite 5 tribes. I forgot the name of the tribe, but he basically united 5 tribes against the enemy. And so we see a lot of the places that got burned up are east of Hiawatha. Down that way we can see the Target got burned up, and a lot of the stores down there got burned up. So basically, a lot of these brothers burned up a lot of the so-called Latinos and natives communities. This is where mostly our people came to shop, buy their food, and so on and so forth. And so it all got burned up by this. So to conclude this video, right, and this report that I did here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, I want to make these points because the African American community is the most hypocrite. Why do I say that? And that's a strong statement. Because according to them, Black Lives Matter only when a so-called white man shoots a brother down in the streets of America. But when they're killing each other, when there is black on black crime in the streets of Chicago and different places throughout America, Black lives don't matter then, right? And so that's the hypocrisy of this so-called movement, not knowing even though that the movement was created by a white man called Soros. And so, we know that they created the Black Lives Movement in order to divide the people and, instigate the Black African community into a civil war amongst ourselves. And so that's the problem that a lot of people don't see, that this goes back to the powers that be, in which they want to play their famous card, which is divide and conquer. And that's how we're going to be down all the time, because we're not seeing the bigger picture. Instead, we're playing right, their game. And so that's the problem. But with that, I say shalom. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned. Shalom. Peace.